You can start your playlist now and come to a comfortable seated position, closing your eyes. Unfortunately, I cannot give you feedback today because I can't see you from my tiny little screen, but close your eyes, begin to breathe in and out through your nose, and take a few moments to ground yourself, rooting through your sitting bones, rooting through your root chakra, Muladhara. And you can visualize your root chakra color red, and it's your connection to the world. It's how you came into the world. And it's your connection to feeling grounded, and secure, and safe. My teacher always says if you have issues, it's always go back to your root chakra. Everything goes back to the root. So today we'll work on some grounding and stability, and we'll take that toward arm balancing, turning our hands into our feet and our balancing. Bring your chin to your chest, open your eyes, lift the head up, bring your arms out to the side. Inhale, turn your palms up, sweep the arms up, look up, palms come to touch. Exhale, sweep the arms down, chin to chest. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up, look up. Exhale, sweep the arms down, chin to chest. Do 3 more on your own, sweeping the arms up as you look up on your inhale, and sweeping the arms down, chin to chest on your exhale. As usual, I will not be doing the class with you. If I feel like I need to demo something, I will. If you think you need me to demo something, ask. Good. And once you come down to your last one of these, walk your hands out in front of you and fold forward over your legs. Let your head be heavy. And as you do so, press your sitting bones back and down into the earth beneath you. Feel yourself grounding and rooting again. And now walk the hands back as you uncurl your spine, coming onto all fours, and then come into tabletop. All fours, wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, spreading the fingers wide, turning the biceps forward. Inhale, arch your back as you look up. Exhale, chin to chest, round your back as you look toward your navel. Inhale, expand and look up. Exhale, chin to chest, round, looking toward your navel. Inhale, expand and look up. Exhale, chin to chest, round, look toward your navel. Good. Take a few more on your own, and you don't have to move linear. You can wiggle out your hips and shake out your head and make circles with your head. Whatever feels good and appropriate for your body, always knowing it's your practice. So it doesn't really matter what I instruct you to do. Do what feels good for you within the scope of safety and security. Good. And then start to make your way back into your tabletop and turn your fingers so that they point out to the side. So your thumbs point forward, fingers out to the sides, and just start to shift your weight from side to side on your hands. And then start to maybe shift your weight forward and back, and then maybe make that shifting of the weight circular and reversing the direction, and just noticing what it feels like to have your fingers in a different position. Very nice. Start to make your way back to the center. And then this time, turn your hands so that your thumbs point toward your toes, then your fingers point in toward each other. So just the opposite. So we turned out, and now we're turning in, fingers toward each other, thumbs toward your toes. And same thing. Start to shift the weight forward and back, side to side. And then maybe start to take it towards circular movement, getting into all the kinks of the wrist and noticing how this feels. So Wrist care is the most important care that you need to do for yourself, especially if you're working on arm balancing. And it's probably the least amount of care that people do in a practice or for themselves at home. Arm balancing won't happen and your wrist will hurt if you don't take care of them. All right, come back to the center and now turn your hands all the way around so your thumbs point out to the side and your fingers point toward your feet. And same thing, shift the weight forward and back, side to side, and maybe start to make those circles. Maybe lean forward more than you think, getting the stretch further up into the forearms, and just noticing how everything feels. And noticing how every single little millimeter difference in one direction or another affects the chain of command up the arm. So it affects how your radius and your ulna move in your arm, which affect your elbow, which then go up to your humerus and your shoulder joint. So really noticing that whole entire chain can change just by a 1 millimeter placement in a different direction. Come back to the center, turn the fingers forward, tuck your toes and press your hips up coming into your first down dog. Let your head be loose, pedal out your feet, wiggle your hips, shake out the head. Take whatever movements feel good, whatever feels necessary. Shift the weight forward and back, maybe even from side to side, bend one knee or the other. Good, and then start to settle into stillness in your down dog. And now inhale, come forward into a plank pose. Nice long line with your body, shoulders over wrist. And then exhale, press the hips back and up for downward facing dog. Inhale as you come forward into your plank. And then exhale as you press back into your down dog. Inhale forward into your plank. Activate the glutes, pull the belly in. Exhale, press the hips up, down dog. 2 more. Inhale, coming forward into your plank. Exhale, pressing the hips up into your down dog. Inhale, forward into your plank. And then exhale, pressing the hips up into your down dog. Good. Now bend your knees a lot so your stomach comes closer to your thighs, but you're still pushing the hips up really high in down dog. And you could even lower the hips toward your heels more so you feel the stretch from your fingertips up through the arm, up through the armpit, and then down the sides of your body. Push the hips back a lot and try to get your chest closer and closer toward your thighs. So this is a movement similar from animal flow, but in animal flow, the hips are lower, called loaded beast. We'll just call this loaded down dog. Stomach toward your thighs a lot. So you're loading the weight back. Good. Now inhale. Keep your back round and uncurl your spine coming forward. Chin toward your chest like a river. We've done these before. Good. And now bring your chin toward your chest. Start to round again as you bend your knees and going back into that loaded down dog. Beautiful. Inhale, uncurl, start to come out, chin away from you. Keep the roundness until you get to the end. And then reverse it. Chin toward chest, round through the upper back, bend the knees, push your thighs back. Good. We'll do one more river. Good. Inhale, coming forward. Chin is the last thing. Back uncurl. Good. And then recurl it. Chin to chest, round. Bend the knees. Push back toward your thighs. Load that dog for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now walk your hands to your feet. Go to your back of your mat. Good. Reach for opposite elbows. Right hand, left elbow, left hand, right. And sway from side to side. Let your body be heavy. Be grounded. Head is loose. Beautiful. Now release the arms and shrug the shoulders up and down, forward and back, and then start to make circles with the shoulders. You can do a few backwards, and then you can do a few coming forward. And now let's take Padahastasana, hands to feet. Lift your toes, slide your hands under your feet. Fingers point back to your heels. And you're trying to get your toes all the way to your wrist. So bend your knees as much as you need to get that full step of your foot onto your hands, especially the pads of your hands, your carpal. And now start to bend your elbows as you pull your body closer toward your legs. The knees can stay bent. And start to shift your weight forward on your feet as you pull the belly in, activating the core, maybe getting the legs straighter, but it's not really the goal. We're just working on stepping on those hands and shifting that weight. So we're just hanging here at the back of the mat, hands under the feet. And now slide the hands out and bring your feet, knees, and thighs to touch. And let's take Padahastasana from the back, hands to feet from the back. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Lift your heels and slide your hands under your feet. Fingers point forward. Pinkies of your hands coming side by side. So you're cupping from the heels. Yep. Bend your elbows as much as you need to. And bend those knees as much as you need to. Let's get a little bit of compression of upper body against lower body. And then start to shift the weight forward on the feet, maybe pulling yourself closer toward your legs, but not necessary. The weight is shifting forward. And just focus on stepping on those hands, rolling the shoulders back and making the neck longer. Beautiful. Now slide the hands out and walk yourself out into plank pose. Push-up position. And when we're coming from the back of our mats into plank, try to do it in just 3 steps with the hands. Pull the belly in, activate your glutes. Then start to hollow body that plank by sucking your belly in even more and rounding through your upper back, through your scapula, but without lifting the hips. So you're rounding and hollowing out the body for 5, 4, 3, 2. Now lower the knees, lower chin and chest, bend your elbows back. Good. And then start to pull your body forward, slither forward, roll the shoulders back, lift the chin, lift the chest. Good. And then tuck your toes, press the hips back and up for downward dog. And now this time slide forward, come forward into plank, inhale, and then exhale, lower halfway for chaturanga. Good. Inhale, pull forward, roll over your toes, straighten the arms, upward dog. And then exhale, roll back over your toes, hip press up, downward dog. And we'll take one more like that. Inhale, forward into plank. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, pull forward, upward dog. Exhale, roll over your toes, hips up, downward dog. Good. Now lift your right leg up behind you. Point your toes and bend your knee. Open up your hip. Reach your right foot over to the left and try not to collapse into the left shoulder. So lift through the left armpit. Open up. Good. And then take some circles with your right knee and hip, big or small, fast or slow, but try to stabilize the rest of your body. Engage the core, engage the arms. So the only thing moving is your leg. Good. And now reverse that direction. Good. Stabilize through the arms, hollow out the armpits, belly button in. Nice. Now straighten out the right leg behind you. Good. Now inhale, slide the body forward. Bring your right knee to your right tricep. Tap and hold. Good. Pull the belly in. So think of that rounding through the upper back, belly pulling in. Good. And now press the leg back and up. We're not doing this on the breath because I want you to actually hold it there. So come forward, knee toward the tricep and hold. Maybe even get the knee higher. Maybe get it toward your armpit or your shoulder. Round through the upper back, belly in. Very nice. And now press it back and up. Good. One more like that. Right knee, right tricep, armpit, shoulder. Round through the back, pull that belly in. Beautiful. And now the right leg goes back and up, and step the right foot halfway up your mat. So a short step, not to the hand. Walk the hands back as you straighten out the right leg. Let your head be loose. So we're doing pyramid pose. You're folding over the right leg. You're trying to equally distribute the weight between right and left leg. So it's like a V shape with the legs. Very nice. Good. Now think of actively pulling your right hip back and up, and your left hip pulls forward and down. Belly pulls in, and shift the weight toward heels. Let the heels be grounded. Spread the toes wide. Beautiful. Now lengthen through your spine and walk your hands over to the left and turn your right foot in. So your feet are parallel. Let yourself hang down the center. Good. And now here you can reach for yogic toe lock if you like, or reach for your ankles or your heels from the outside and start to work on getting a hamstring stretch. But if you're not comfortable, just let yourself hang there. So just feel the stretch along the backs of the legs from your Achilles through the calves, through the hamstrings, into the glutes. And if you have the grip, then think of that stretch and length happening through your spine. So the belly's pulling in and the shoulders are rolling back. Your neck is becoming longer. It almost feels like you're back bending. Your chest almost goes out as the shoulders back, belly pulls in. So it's a pull, chin away from you, pulling. Or just hanging down the center. Very nice. Now release. And now walk your hands over to the left, turn your toes out. So now you're facing the back of the mat in that pyramid pose. Your heels are down. Your legs are still split apart. Your left leg is forward. Your right foot is back. Should be the opposite of the one you just did. And now your right hip is pulling forward while the left hip pulls back and up. Beautiful. And root through your heels as much as you can. The belly pulls in. Very nice. Now lengthen and step your right foot forward to meet your left foot. Yep, so you're at the back of your mat. Good. And now reach for opposite elbows, sway from side to side. Notice where you are here. Good. Now feet can be hips width distance apart or knees and thighs touching. Bend your knees. Sweep the arms up. Come into chair pose, Utkatasana. So the goal is to bend the knees and shift the weight back. The feet and the legs could be whatever feels best for you. Together is traditional. Apart is not so traditional. But it's whatever feels good for you. I like mine apart. Let the weight shift back toward the heels more. Relax the shoulders. So your arms are energized, but they're not so energized that the shoulders hike up to the ears. Good. Now come to a flat back, stomach on your thighs. Let the weight shift back even more. Lift the heels, come into a tippy toe flat back. Good, then lower the heels, straighten the legs. Let yourself hang. Good. Now step your left leg back into a lunge, really wide, left leg back. Good. And now keep your left heel lifted and start to straighten through the right leg as much as possible. Good. But don't step the left foot in. I want you wide. Now pull the right hip back and up. Good. And if the right leg is straight and the left leg is straight, pull your right toes back so you're on the heel of the right foot and ball of your left foot. And if you're still comfortable, maybe walk the hands back, maybe reach the arms back so it's a balance. Good. Now bend through the right knee. Lower your left heel and walk over to the left, coming into that wide straddle. So left heel down, walk around, turn the right toes in. And now you're in a wide leg straddle. Reach for the outside of the legs, ankles, calves, higher, lower, and pull. You should be facing in the opposite direction that you were facing before. So if you were facing one way before, you're facing the opposite way. Yes, good. All right, now release and turn the left toes out. Walk around to the left, bend the left knee and lift the right heel. Good. So you're in a lunge here. Now keep that right heel lifted high and now start to straighten out the left leg as much as you can, keeping the right heel lifted so the energy is pulling up toward your pelvis. Good. And then if the left leg is straight, you can pull the left toes back so you're on the heel of the left foot, ball of the right foot. Very, very nice. Now bend the left knee. Good. Lift the right heel. Press the palms down and step the left leg back and up to your 3-point dog. Good. Other side. Point the left toes, bend the left knee, open up the hip. Push away from the floor. Engage the core. And now start to take those circles with your left knee and hip, big or small, fast or slow. Trying to keep the rest of the body still. And now reverse that direction. Good. Now start to straighten out your left leg. Good. Now let's come to that tricep. Pull forward, left knee, left tricep, hold, breathe, round through the upper back. Push away from the floor and get that knee as high as possible. Very nice. Now push it back and up. Good. 2 more. Bring that left knee in. Maybe go toward the armpit now. Maybe go higher toward the shoulder. Round through the upper back. It should feel like a lot of core work. And then press it back and up. Good. 1 more. Bring that left knee in. Good. Hold it. Round through the upper back. Push away from the floor. And left leg back and up. 3-point dog. Good. Step your left foot halfway up your mat. Good. Walk the hands back, straighten the leg, right heel down, pyramid. We've done pyramid on both sides already. This is just extra. More length, more stretching. Good. Now walk over to the right. Turn the left toes in, feet parallel, down the center, and it's a shorter stand. Reach for yogic toe lock, ankles, or underneath the heels, and start to pull. Since it's a shorter stance, if your hamstrings feel really open, you can wrap your arms behind your knees and interlace your fingers, and your body comes through more. Yep, very nice. Yeah, that's it. Good, let the weight shift forward, knees and thighs back. Very nice. Now release and walk over to the right. So we're taking pyramid again. Right toes turn out, left toes turn in, heels press down. Right hip pulls back and up, left hip pulls forward and down. Heels grounding and rooting. Head is loose, belly pulls in. Good. Now step your right foot forward to meet the left foot. Feet can be together or hips width distance apart. And bend your knees, rise up, sit into that chair. Chair is always the core work. That belly pulls in, the weight shifts back. It's Uddiyana Bandha. It's one of the locks in yoga where you pull the belly in and up and you feel the energy in your mid-center. My teacher calls it the pranic container. You're containing your prana in one spot. That belly pulls in. Now come into that flat back chair, stomach toward your thighs. Reach forward. Let the weight shift back on the heels, but that belly is reaching and pulling in. You're igniting your prana, your inner fire, your agni. Now lift those heels for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the heels and fold forward. Straighten the legs, let everything hang. Good. Now step your right leg back so you're up in a nice lunge. Left knee bend. Good. Beautiful. And now start to keep your right heel lifted high. Start to walk the hands back as you straighten your left leg as much as possible. So we're in that wider stance, still trying to get straight legs. And if the left leg straightens, pull the toes back. So you're on the heel of the left foot, ball of the right foot, feeling that stretch. Now bend your left, not bend your left knee. What's that? Lower your right heel and walk around to the side. So you're in your straddle, turn the left toes in, everything's parallel. Good. You can stay here, toe lock, ankles or heels, or you can take that wide side split, Sammo Konasana, start to go wider with the legs. Good. Pull your pinky toes down. Yeah. Maybe shift the weight forward. Good. Beautiful, beautiful. If you're feeling sassy, you can go up into a tripod headstand or into a straddle forearm stand from here. Very nice. Good, Susan. Activate your toes, activate your feet. Beautiful. Ah, nice, Omar. Nice press. Point out through the toes. Yes. Good. Last few seconds of your up. Start to make your way down. Bring your flight down. Good. Now lengthen through the spine. Good. And now turn to the right again. Turn the right toes forward. Walk around. Bend the right knee. Lift the left heel. Good. And now start to straighten out the leg. Left heel is lifted. Right leg straightened. Pull the right toes back. Maybe you're on the heel of the right foot, ball of the left foot. Good. Now bend that right knee and then step the left foot forward to meet the right foot. Our mandala is closed, 2 circles. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Good. Inhale, bend the knees, rise up into that chair. Utkatasana, chair pose. Let the weight shift back to the heels. Shoulders release. Pull that belly in. Come to the flat back chair, stomach on the thighs. Activate your Agni. Let the weight shift back toward the heels. Good. Tippy toe flat back, or start to take your crow. Start to take it to flight. Keep your arms straight and just bring the hands down. Keep those heels high, hips high. It doesn't matter if you're off your mat. Shift the weight forward, belly pulls in, and start to take off. Lift one foot, maybe both. Or you're just doing that tippy toe flat back chair. You're lighting that fire. Good for 5, 4, 3, 2. If you're in crow, chaturanga. If not, step or jump back into plank and then start the lower chaturanga. Inhale as you come forward into upward dog and exhale as you press the hips up, downward facing dog. Good. Bring your knees down, untuck your toes, sit on your heels. Take a moment, look toward your camera if you need to see me. Some of you have done this already. But when we start to go into planks now, When we hold planks, we'll be holding for 3 breaths. And you have the option of just holding your plank for 3 breaths, or we'll do our tap, tap lowers. So if you're just holding your plank for the 3 breaths, or your tap, tap, lower, up. That's 1 breath. Tap, tap, lower, up. That's 2. Tap, tap, lower, up. That's 3. So anytime we're doing holding planks, you can choose your elixir of life, whether it's to be stable in the plank or tap, tap, lower. Push back into downward dog. Very nice. Come forward into your plank. 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 1. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Nice, Susan. Inhale. Exhale. 3. Good. Everybody exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Look up, bend your knees. Walk or jump your feet forward to your hands. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale as you fold. Good. Now bend your knees, sit back into that chair. Sit deep. Good. Now engage your core even more and start to bring your seat to the floor. We're coming into Navasana, boat pose. So get small, small, small. Maybe open up the knees to sit and then lift the feet up, lift the chest up. Good. You can bend your knees if you need to. Think of lifting through your chin and lifting through your sternum, your collarbone widening. Beautiful. Now inhale, lower halfway, shoulders off the floor, legs off the floor, hollow body. And then exhale, lift up. Good. Inhale, lower, hollow your body as much as you can. And then exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, hollow. Exhale, lift. Good. And now lower and hollow and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Release all the way down. Bring your right knee in toward your chest. Interlace your fingers over your knee and bring the knee in toward your armpit. Roll the shoulders back. Good. Press the left leg down. Good. And now release the grip over the knee. Interlace your fingers behind your right leg and straighten your right leg up toward the ceiling as much as possible. Then pull your toes down toward your face. So right leg as straight as you can get it. Fingers interlaced behind the leg. If you're really feeling flexible, you can interlace the fingers underneath your foot. But don't go for depth over form. Beautiful. Now bend your right knee a lot. And let's take half happy baby. Grab your pinky toe side of your foot or your heel and bring the knee toward your armpit and go wide. And then try to get your heel to line up with your knee. So it's up toward the ceiling, foot is flat toward the ceiling. If you feel like you're rolling, actually everybody do it. Everybody bend your left knee and press your left foot down into the floor and try to get the right knee closer to the floor. So left knee bends like you're doing a sit-up and the right knee pulls down. See if you can get it to touch the floor. So this is going to be important for our arm balance later. So that knee needs to go wide. Later on, we're going to put the knee over the leg over the shoulder. So remember this. It's the same body positioning. Good. Now release. And straighten out your right leg. Bring the left knee in toward your chest. Interlace the fingers over the knee. Bring the knee in toward the armpit. Press the neck and shoulders down. Hold the left knee in. Right leg stays straight. Good. Now release that grip. Interlace the fingers behind the left leg as you straighten the left leg as much as possible. Good. Pull the toes down. Push out through your heel. Yeah. Pull the belly in and press the lower back toward the floor. Good. And then release. Bend your left knee and take your happy baby, half happy baby. Grab the pinky toe side of your foot or your heel and start to pull down. Start to make space in the hips. So go wide with your knee. You can make some circles. You can take whatever movements feel good for you. Everyone's ball and socket joint are different. So some things might not feel good for you. So you might have to make space. Good. Now bend your right knee, press your right foot into the floor so that maybe you can get that left knee down even more. So think eventually that knee comes behind the shoulder. So if it touches the floor, you know you can get it to the right spot when you're seated without the support of the floor. Good. And then release, straighten out your legs, shake them out a few times. And then we'll take Baddha Konasana on your back. So staying on your back, bring the knees out to the sides and soles of your feet to touch and interlace your fingers over your feet. So you're pulling your feet in toward your body, but you're flat against the floor. So keep your head and shoulders down and think of your feet want to go by your crotch. So when we do this seated, our forehead comes to our feet. So think of bringing your feet up more so that the feet come to your face, not your face to your feet. So notice how that feels. Press the neck and shoulders down. Think of the knees opening wide. Good. Now start to rock back and forth on your spine so that you come to your seated Baddha Konasana. Beautiful. So knees are nice and wide. And now start to fold forward. You can use your arms to gently encourage the legs down, belly pulls in. And Baddha Konasana A is chin and forehead to the floor, past your feet, not on your feet. So it's a lengthening of the spine here. Good. Now come up. And then let's take Baddha Konasana B, which is rounding of the back, chin to chest, round through the upper back. And now you're trying to get the crown of your head to your feet. The belly pulls in a lot. You're scooping out the belly. You're rounding your back, forehead toward your feet. Lots of action and pulling that belly in. So if your belly's just kind of hanging out, you're doing it wrong. So suck the belly in and create lots of rounding through the upper back. Beautiful. Now slowly start to come up, uncurling the spine. Good. And now go wide with your legs. Open up your legs as wide as you can get them. Maybe shift the weight from side to side. Notice what your hips are saying, what your hamstrings might be saying. And then start to come forward. Maybe the forearms come to the floor. Maybe your entire chin and chest come onto the floor like a pancake. But think of pulling your toes back so your legs are active and you're feeling the stretch up the back, through the backs of the legs. Think of if you're tilting too far forward, pull the sitting bones down. And if you know you're super comfortable and you're like plopped on the floor, lift an inch or two away from the floor so that your core is working even harder here. So think of active flexibility. Your muscles are active while some are stretching, but you're not plopping. So it's finding that dance, that inner balance between being flexible and being active. All right, start to walk the hands back, uncurl your spine. Bring the legs back together, shake them out. Fold forward over your legs, maybe reach for your feet, maybe reach past your feet. And slowly start to come out. Good. We'll work on our first kind of core arm exercise. If you have blocks, this is a good time to use them. You want them underneath your hands on the outside of your hips. If you don't have blocks, it's fine. You don't need them because eventually you want to be able to do this without blocks. So I'll turn sideways so you can see me. You're crossing your ankles and your knees go wide, but don't let them plop down. Think of rounding. So the knees will come up almost by your armpit, and your hands will come outside of your hips, and you might have to play with the hand position. Don't bring them too far behind. If anything, they come a little bit forward. And shift the weight, press into your hands. You can press into your feet and lift your bum off the floor. And then if that feels comfortable, try to get your feet off the floor, then straighten the legs and sit. We'll do this 3 times. So everybody cross your ankles, knees high, and think of that back rounding that I asked you to do, and that belly, hollow body in the belly, and the rounding through the upper back. Place your hands slightly forward. You can lean slightly forward. Pull the belly in. Press into your hands. Press into your feet. Lift your bum up. Then lift your feet up. Straighten the legs and lower. Beautiful. 2 more. Cross your ankles. Knees high. Round through the upper body. Press the hands down. Press the feet down. Lift the hips. Lift the feet. Straighten the legs. And release. 1 more time. Cross the ankles, knees high, round through the upper back, pull the belly in, press into the hands, press into the feet, hips up, feet up, straighten, and lower. Very nice. Cross your ankles, come onto all fours, table, and then step it back to your downward dog. Pedal out your feet, wiggle the hips. Beautiful. Now come into your plank. 3 breaths, so tap, tap, lower, or hold, inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Nice. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Push back into that downward facing dog. Good. Now keep your feet hips width distance apart. And depending on your house space, you want to either walk your hands to your feet or feet to your hands. We're going to do an arm balance. So you can go forward or back or to the sides, whatever you need. Hang over your legs. And then separate your feet and come to a wide chair pose. Cross your ankle, not cross your ankles, rise up, sit into that wide, separate feet chair pose. Separate foot chair pose. Good. Now bring your hands to your hips. Good. Now bring your right ankle over your left knee. The right ankle down. Am I frozen? No. Good. So sit into that chair. Yep. Number 4. Flex the foot. So pull your toes back toward your knee. Think of that knee going wide and sit. And if you're comfortable, hands come to prayer at the chest. Good. So this is our second arm balance. You can stay here. If you're comfortable here, beautiful. If you're not, go up a little. The hands could come down to the floor. That might be it. You're pulling that belly toward your thighs and rounding through the upper back. If you can get your hands flat, great. Now hook your right foot into your left tricep and then start to shift the weight forward, lifting that left heel, and then maybe lifting the left foot up maybe straighten it back behind you. Hook that foot round through the upper back. That's the most important. Nice. Start to come out of it, however feels good. You can come to the stand, shake out the legs, shake it all out, make believe that didn't even happen. Feet apart, knees apart, thighs apart. Chair number 2, because we have 2 sides. We're so blessed. You get to do it all on the other side. So sit into that chair, nice and juicy. Good. Hands to your hips. Sit even juicier. And then cross that left ankle over the right knee. Flex the foot. Right knee pulled back. Ground through your hips. So root through that right foot. Get your hips lower. Get your upper body closer toward your legs. Round through your upper back. Good. You can stay there. You can just let the arms dangle. Yeah, beautiful. If you're feeling sassy, then start to lift that right heel. The hands are going to catch you. So as long as your arms are dangling, press the palms down, they'll catch you. And then hook your left foot into your right tricep. Maybe lift the right heel more. Maybe lift the right foot up. And maybe reach that right leg back, floating in your flying pigeon crow, whatever they call this. Nice, Anna. That was good. And then release. Start to make your way back up to the top. Shake it out. Shake out the legs. Shake out the arms. Go to the back of your mat if that's not where you're at. Good. Now reach the arms up. Biceps by your ears. Energize through the arms. Good. Now make tight fists with your hands. Lift the right knee up to a 90-degree angle. Right thigh parallel to the floor. Good. Good. Beautiful. Now, I'm trying to think what I want you to do, but let's not make it too crazy. Keep the arms up. Take a giant step forward with your right foot so you're in a nice high lunge. The fist will keep your arms energized. So do that so your arms are not just dangling. Good. And now you're using your core to reverse it. Pull the belly button in and go back to that balance at the back of your mat. So you've stepped forward, nice and strong. Now go back to the balance. This is where you really need to activate those arms, come into those tight fists. Good. Now step forward, high lunge. Okay, now step back, balance. Good. Step forward, high lunge, lots of core. Step back, balance. Step forward, high lunge. Step back, balance. Last one, step forward, high lunge. Step back, balance. Hold it. Straighten out the right leg. Point your toes for 5. Get it higher. 4, 3, 2. Now just to hinge forward. That right foot comes down. Hands come to the floor. Left leg lifts up for standing split. Good. You can walk the hands back. You can line fingers and toes up. You can grab your right ankle with 1 or 2 hands. All right. Right leg stays straight. Left leg stays lifted. Walk your hands out only as much as you need to for your palms to be flat on the floor. Fingers spread wide. Good. Now everybody comes super high onto the ball of your right foot. That weight shifts forward so that your shoulders are over your wrist, even past your wrist. Good. Lift that right heel a lot. Good. You can stay there. You can take 3 hops, or you can come right into your handstand, shifting the weight. Yep, you can turn to a wall if you like. If you want to practice with the wall, you can turn to the wall. Very nice. Use your props and surroundings. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now step back into a lunge so that left leg goes all the way back. And then step back into downward dog. Good. Now look up, bend your knees, walk or jump your feet forward to your hands. Good. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Good. Now bend your knees, rise up, sit into that chair. Good. Weight shifts back, belly pulls in, strong Agni, strong fire. Good. Come to flat back chair, stomach on the thighs. Good. You can stay in flat back, tippy toe flat back, or come back to your crow, Bakasana. Hands come down. You're rounding through the upper back. Those arms stay straight. The heels stay high. Pull the belly in. 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Make your way into downward dog, however that feels for you. Good. Very, very nice. Good. Now look up, bend your knees, walk or jump your feet forward to your hands. Good. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Good. Now bend your knees, rise up, sit into that chair. Good. Now bend your knees all the way, come to sit into that boat pose, Navasana. So come all the way down, reach. Good. Lift the chest. Good. So sit down, legs up. Your knees can bend if you need them to. Good. Inhale, lower, halfway, hollow body. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. And now you're just lowering and you're holding that hollow body for 10. Your arms can reach back. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, release everything down. Good. Let's take a full happy baby. Knees to the armpits, feet toward the ceiling. Grab your feet. Pull the feet down. Good. Rock from side to side a few times. Nice. Come to stillness in that happy baby. Good. Then that reclining Baddha Konasana, feet toward each other, knees out. Bring the feet in toward your chest or toward your face more. Good. Now start to rock it up toward that seated Baddha Konasana. And then take it toward your folded Baddha Konasana, straight back or round back, whatever feels juicier for you. Good. Now start to bring it up. Uncurl. Keep your left leg as it is and lift your right foot up, and you can bring the arms under your calf, or you can wrap your arms around your knee and ankle and interlace and start to rock your leg, baby. Good. So now we're making more space in that hip. Remember, I said that knee needs to come behind the shoulder eventually, so we're trying to make that space. Good. Now just switch your hands and interlace the fingers over your foot and bring your foot to the center of your body. So you can look to me and your pinkies will be toward your cameras or away from you, your big toes toward you. Good. And now what you're going to do is you're going to bring that foot up, straighten your arms to push the foot away from you, bring it down, then bend that knee and bring your heel toward your belly button, and it's going to start to come up. So you're just making a circle. And depending how you feel, that could be a fast circle or it could be a really slow circle. Try not to wobble and try not to go back. So you're trying to sit up as tall as possible as you do this. And now reverse it. Bring the foot in toward you, down, away, up, in, down, and away. And then choose your speed. All right. Now come to stillness. Take your half happy baby. So right hand grabs the pinky toe side or heel of the foot and start to bring that knee back past your armpit. All right, so this is level 1. You can stay here. Level 2, you're bringing your right shoulder underneath your right leg and your hands come to the floor. Palms pressed down. You're slightly rounded, but you're pushing that shoulder back into the arm. If you're comfortable there, left ankle crosses over your right ankle. Good. If you're comfortable there, it's that lift. Your hands press up and your booty lifts up. And then if you're still comfortable, straighten out your legs. And then if you're still comfortable, bend your elbows. So you could do this pose, Ashtavakasana, 8-angle pose, straight arms or bent arms. There's 2 variations. If you're working on transitions, you want to work on the straight arm version so that you can then come out of it. Very good, Onika. Those of you that are balancing, you can take this to Kundinayasana. So the weight shifts forward, you unhook your leg, that left leg goes back, and the right leg is straightening out to the side. Whew. All right, shake it out. Forget that happened. And whew. Let's straighten out the legs, shake them out. Fold over your legs, reach for your feet, reach beyond your feet if it's acceptable to you. If you have blocks, I like for my feet, so notice that I get my toes to my forearms and my hands are that much further. And I'm not pulling, I'm trying to use my active flexibility to reach beyond my feet. Good, slowly uncurl, coming up. And let's work on that core exercise again. So hands by your hips, ankles crossed, knees high. Pull the belly in. Press into your hands, press into your feet, lift your booty. Maybe lift your feet, straighten the legs, and sit. Blocks are always very, very helpful for this. Cross your ankles. We'll do 2 more. Good. Round through the upper back. Press the palms down. Lift the booty. Lift the feet. Straighten legs and release. Last one. Cross your ankles. Press the hands down. Lift the booty. Round. Lift the feet. Straighten legs. Maybe hold that L sit and release. Cross your ankles. Roll over your legs. Step or jump back. Chaturanga. Inhale up dog. And exhale downward dog. Slow your breath. Slow your heart rate. Come forward into your plank. 3 breaths. Tap, tap lower if you like. Inhale. Exhale 1. Down to the home stretch. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Downward dog. Good. Now walk to whichever way you need to based on your space. We're dangling at the back of our mat. We're going to do those step forward lunges and those standing splits into handstands. So walk the hands back, and then uncurl, come up high, and arms up, tight fist. Good. Lift the left knee up, 90-degree angle. Pull the belly in, find your balance. Notice what needs to be active. Notice where you feel kind of not active. Good. Now giant step forward, left foot, lunge. Good. Now take it back to the balance. That's when the legs need to fire up and the belly in. Good. Nice step forward. High lunge. Good. Take it back. Balance. Stabilize. Think of all those little stabilizing muscles. Beautiful. Step forward. High lunge. Stabilize. Good. Step back. Balance. Stabilize. 2 more. Step forward. High lunge. Stabilize the movement. Breathe. Good. Step back. Balance. Stabilize. Nice. Last one. Step forward. High lunge. Breathe. Stabilize. And step it back to that balance and hold it there. Good. Now slowly start to straighten the left leg. Point those toes. Lift that leg as high as possible for 5, 4, 3, 2, giant step, not giant step, smaller step forward, hinge forward, standing split. So left foot down, right leg up, hands come down, fold forward. Good. Whatever you like here, whatever you did on the other side, or maybe not what you did on your other side. They're not even, they're not equal. Anybody that says they are, they're lying. You can turn to your walls if you want to now. You can still be in that standing split, grab your ankles, pull deeper. Know where we're going with this. You can stay here or walk those hands forward until they're flat. You don't have to go too far forward. The further forward you go, the more oomph you need. Shift the weight by lifting that heel and then maybe take some hops. 3 full breaths here. Inhale. Exhale 1. Bring the knee toward your chest, Rachel, more. The one that's pushing off, instead of reaching up, reach. Yes, that's it. Good. 1 more breath. Inhale. Yes, Rachel. Exhale 1. Very nice. Walk it out to your down dog. Find your breath. Slow it down. Good. Look up, bend your knees, walk or jump, feet forward to your hands. Good. Lengthen and fold. We're going to crow again. So if you need to step back a little because you need to have your hands on your mat, step it back a little bit. Bend your knees, sit into your chair. Good. So build up that fire before you go into the crow. Sit the heels down, shoulders down, Agni active, belly in and up. Flat back chairs if you like, stomach toward your thighs. Good. You can stay there, tippy toe, flat back chair, or crow. If you know you have a nice, strong crow, let's do some crow push-ups. So rounding your back, those crow push-ups are high, and then you're going to splat out. Knees go out and let your back flatten, and then you're going to lift up by rounding to push up. Yeah. 2 more. Wherever you are, you could be in that flat back chair. Very nice. And make your way to down dog. Find your breath there. Making our way down. So look up, bend your knees, walk or jump feet to hands. Lengthen, flat back. Hold. Bend the knees, sit into that chair. Good. Work your way all the way down, Navasana. Get the hips all the way down. Lift the chest, lift the legs. Knees can stay bent for 5, 4, 3, 2. Hollow body, come down and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. Release toward the floor. And then let's take that Baddha Konasana on your back, feet together, knees out. Interlace the fingers over the feet, pull them in. Good. Now rock it back and forth. Come to your seated version, round back or straight back, whatever you like. Beautiful. Now start to uncurl. Last arm balance of the day. We're taking our elephant trunk, or what's it called? Ashtavakasana. So first, you're taking your leg, arms underneath, left leg. We did the right leg already. Or cradle your leg baby, rock it out. By the way, if you have blocks and you're having a hard time with Ashtavakasana, the arm balance, you can have the blocks. That might help you also. So if you have them and need them, grab them. Good. Now bring the foot to the center and that finger's interlaced here. Good. And lift the foot up. Bring it in, down, out, up, in, down, and then take that at whatever speed your hip likes it. And the Bikram advanced class, they make you do this, I think 84 times. And then reverse the direction. And then start to make your way toward that static holding happy baby, knee back, chest lifting. Good. You can stay here. You can lie the left shoulder under, hands come to the floor. You can just lift here. You can cross your right ankle over left, lift the booty up, straighten the legs, and maybe bend the elbows. Whew. And if you're transitioning, once you have it for a few breaths, then take it through. Good, Taylor. Actually, one of my teachers taught us you could do this the lazy way. Cross your ankles. You don't even have to lift. You can fold first, then press into your feet to lift and start to get yourself used to that balance, and then maybe the legs go out. So you can start from the floor. Yes, very nice. Good, ladies. All right, start to come out of it. Straighten out your legs, shake them out. Go wide with your legs and fold forward again. Good, then start to come out. Bend your knees out, and come onto your back for goddess. So you can come onto your forearms and then come all the way down onto your back. So just take a few breaths here in goddess pose. Knees are wide. Let the body be heavy. You can bring one hand to your belly, one to your heart. You can close your eyes or you can leave them open. You could be an embodied goddess, eyes open, or you can see everything. Even my men in the class. Good. From here, you can stay in goddess for your shavasana, or you can straighten out the legs and bring your arms to the side. I like pentacle for my shavasana, so like an X on my mat. Feet toward the corners, arms toward the corners overhead. But if your back hurts, you can always bend your knees and turn the knees in toward each other. Or you can lie on your side if that feels better for you. So do whatever your body wants, whatever your body is craving for. We did a lot of movement today. We worked a lot of core. We worked a lot of inner fire, our Agni. They say we're born with this inner fire. And when that inner fire dies, that's when we die. So it's important to keep that fire, keep that flame going, kind of like the Olympic torch. We want it going all the time. Allow yourself to be heavy. Allow yourself to sink and melt into the earth beneath you. and allow the breath to begin to happen at its own pace. No controlling, letting go of the idea that we can control things. Now, if you'd like, start to bring one hand to your belly and one to your heart again, and begin to deepen your breath. Inhale, chest rises, and exhale, chest falls. Inhale, expanding, and exhale, contracting. The natural yin and yang rhythms of the world. Expansion, contraction, light and dark, life and death. You can come onto your side if you're not there already, coming into a fetal position. And start to make your way up to a comfortable seat. Eyes staying closed, hands coming to prayer. Take a few moments, honor yourself for showing up on your mat yet again, for yourself, for your practice, and also for dedicating your time and your space to the Jersey City firemen, who will be super appreciative of the meals that you're providing for our frontline workers. The divine in me honors the divine in each and every one of you. Namaste.